Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions. Hello and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week has been town. And before we get into our next lesson, I'd like us to please sanitize our hands. Remember, it is very important to sanitize your hands so that you make sure that they are always clean and free from germs. It's also very important to dry them before you touch anything else, as well as to check your social distancing on both sides and in front of you as well. Today's lesson is about colors. Our first exercise can be found on page 12. If we look on page 12, we have silly little hats that we can see. And we are asked to color the second hat in red and the fourth hat in green. Now I'm going to help you with the hat that you can see there, the one for winter. Let's take a look at the board. As you can see, I have my silly hat on because I want to make sure that I get this right. So when we say the second hat, we mean the number 2 hat. So it's not the first one, which is number 1, but the second one, which is number 2. And it's asking us to color it in red. I have my red chalk here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to color some of it red so that you can see that this is my second hat. So remember, second means 2. So I'm going to just color a little bit of it. I hope you at home you also have the color red. If not, you can always use something that's very close to red as well. So this is my red hat for now. And it is done for now. Let's take a look at our second instruction. So our booklet said, color the second hat red, or the second item red, and the fourth one green. Let's take a look at the board. So I have the second one, meaning number 2, is colored in red. Let's take a look at the fourth one. Fourth one is number 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to color this one green. Green like the board and green like our number 4. So I will take my color. Remember to stay in the lines when you are coloring and make sure that it looks beautiful so that we can see clearly what is going on. Now I know in winter we are wearing warm clothes like this beanie right here. And make sure that every time you go outside, my children, even though you're wearing warm clothes, you must keep safe as well by having a mask. There we go. So this one is in green and this one is in red. I want you to do that for the rest of the exercise. Please make sure that the second one, remember, is number 2, and the fourth one is number 4. Let's take a look at the next exercise. On the next page, we have a couple of blocks that are asked to be copied and colored as well. Let's try the first big block. You can see that there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 dark blocks, and you need to color them on the exact spots on the next block, the blank one there. I want you to really take a look with your eyes. You're going to use your eyes and your color or your pencil to color those blocks dark. Remember to check with your finger if you're not sure, and also to make sure that you use a dark color. If you use a light color, you might get confused. So take your time and enjoy yourselves. Let's take a look at our next exercise on page 14. On page 14, we can see that we are still coloring, but this time we're using color codes to color the picture. Let's take a look at the picture. We can see that there is a fire truck, a fireman, and a building. And the fireman is very busy trying to make sure that the fire is out in the building. He's on top of a ladder and the water is coming from the fire truck. Now it is our job to make sure that we color everything according to the numbers that we are given. Let's take a look at number 1. 1 says that we are supposed to color it brown. You can see that 1 is on the building. So everywhere where you see the number 1, please make sure you use the color brown. The next color you're going to use is the color red. Now, every fire truck has the color red on it, and every town has a fire station as well, and they use the color red to make sure that everybody can see them. So you are going to color the number 2 with the red color. The next color you're going to use is the color yellow. Now, yellow seems to be for the fireman that is busy trying to take out the fire. You can see his helmet has the number 3 and his coat as well. And also the tank where the water is coming from is yellow as well. Please make sure that you color these correctly so that you'll be able to see the picture come to life. The next color is the color blue. Now we discussed or we talked about the water, and we all know that water is blue. So make sure you color the hose blue, and that is the number 4. The last color that you're going to use is black. You can see that black is going to be used for the wheels on the fire truck as well as the boots for the fireman. Once we are done coloring, I'm sure as well that the fireman will be done putting out the fire. And this will be the last exercise for this lesson. I did mine here, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it's not completely done. Let me come forward so I can show you. And here it is. I'm not yet done, but at least you can see what it's supposed to look like. Now, before we say goodbye, my dear children, it is important that we sanitize our hands. So please take your sanitizer. And remember, anytime you touch something that you're not sure where it came from, you need to sanitize. Make sure that you sanitize everywhere on your hands and to shake them so that they become dry before you touch anything else, as well as to check your social distancing beside you and in front. My favorite color, by the way, is the color blue. Let's ask our friend what her favorite color is. Zoe? Oh, Zoe says that her favorite color is green. So, from Zoe and I, we would like to say goodbye.